actually
What are you waiting for? A Nintendo to make one?
No, look, I have a Genesis. It's right here. It's got the 32X. It's got the. What is going on? Who the fuck are you?
Fuck this.
Fucking knock! Okay, so like, who the fuck are you?
The Ghost of Christmas Past.
Oh, alright. And, this whole getup, that's your, is your idea of retro?
What the fuck ever, man.
Alright, let's cut the bullshit. What do you want?
Well, I'm here to take you back to the past.
Well, thanks for the offer, but I already know someone who does that, and he doesn't dress like a fucking moron. He dresses like a fucking nerd.
Okay. This is a good game from your past. This is Pac-Man. That's good shit.
It's the Atari version. It sucks dick.
Guess I'll have to try something else. Oh, fucking who put a fucking wall?
Nice. You knocked over my games, asshole. Super Mario 74?
Yeah, man. First ROM hack you ever played.
Fuck. Jeez. Give me that.
Super Mario 74 was the first ROM hack that I had ever played in my life. I discovered it through a YouTuber called Blue Blazing Demon. At the time, I had been following him for a while because he was the only person on YouTube who had been doing a full Let's Play of Earthworm Jim 3D. Later, he would start a Let's Play on this game called Super Mario 74. I remember being so confused. I didn't know what I was looking at. I had no idea that there was an entire ROM hack community, and I certainly could never have imagined the full potential of these things. If I knew half the shit back then that I know now, my brain would have spontaneously combusted. Blue Blazing Demon took it upon himself to try and beat the entire game without save states, despite the fact that the ROM hack's creator, Lug Millard, recommended frequent save states. What a fucking champ, right? As for the game itself, I remember it being much more difficult. Don't get me wrong, the game is actually really tricky, and if you're not well practiced in the ways of Super Mario 64, then you'd probably have a rough go of it. But I think that I've improved, marginally, if nothing else. I must say, I really appreciate the scaling and difficulty. The first few levels kind of act as tutorial levels for the trickier concepts of Mario 64, and prepare you at least somewhat for the intense fuckery that lies ahead. I already did an entire review of this way back when. Much of what I said in that video still rings pretty true, although I must say that now that I've seen things like Night of Doom, or God forbid, Super Mario 65, I must say I really appreciate the difficulty in this game much more than I used to. It's really tough and precise, but for the most part you can do it, as long as you got save states.
So, what does that mean?
Well, I mean, this is ground zeros, man. This is where it all started. First ROM hack.
Well, yeah, but like, what does that have to do with Christmas?
Well, you see, these games they're imperative to the meaning of Christmas. I mean, they represent joy. They represent joys past, present, and still to come.
What the fuck?
Oh, it's pretty fucking cool though.
But what was that about past, present, joy, what now?
Well, I'll tell you what, I gotta go, bye.
What? What a fucking piece of shit. Hi. Oh, fuck. No, I can't. Oh, what? You can't? You can't what? I just can't do this right now. I'm sorry, buddy. You ran out of options the second you decided not to make a Christmas video. Oh, for fuck. What's so important about a Christmas video? Because it's fucking Christmas, you dipshit. Oh my god. Good fucking lord. Do you have any idea what would happen if you didn't make a Christmas video? Yeah? Nope. You You really don't know. Don't care. Poor fool. Well, if nothing else, why don't I just show you what you're missing out on right now?
Super Mario Bros. 64, another hack by Kaze/Kazeze/Kazeze/Kanye West, etc. Basically, what this hack does is interpret the original Super Mario Bros. Into the Super Mario 64 engine. I must say, this is a pretty impressive conversion. I really appreciate the great attention to detail. Things like the 1-up mushrooms inside the hidden blocks, the power-ups are all in the same places, and everything just kinda works. Just think, in order to recreate the original into Mario 64, so much work had to be put into every aspect of the game to ensure that it behaves in the same way the original does. Things like the breaking blocks, the very infrastructure of the worlds can be destroyed at your will. Even the Koopas have been modified so you can kick their shells at other enemies. It also successfully integrates the Super Mario 64 mechanics into the game, like for example using a wall jump to save yourself from death at the hands of a bottomless pit. Instead of trying to get to the end of the game on a limited number of lives, the game scores you depending on how many times you died by the time you get to the end of a level. You get less points as you die more often and more if you die less often, or even find a 1-up. It's kind of a nice system because it doesn't punish you harshly for experimenting. In the original game, if you lost all your lives, you'd be kicked back to 1-1. The game also has 4 difficulties and different characters to play as, corresponding to the difficulty levels. It only really seems to change the stats, like jumping and walking speed. Wario has the worst everything, then Mario, then Luigi, and of course easy mode is Waluigi, because when you're Waluigi, there's no such thing as challenge. He's like One Punch Man, he just wanders the earth, succeeding at literally everything without even trying. It gets kinda boring, actually. The game is a pretty impressive piece of work, and it shows a great deal of respect and appreciation and love for both Super Mario 64 and the original Super Mario Bros. And it's for this exact reason that Nintendo will break into your house with a machete and cut your arm off for playing it. Have fun, guys.
Okay, so Kaze makes good ROM hacks. Yeah. That's not a very controversial statement. What's the point? Like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Are you You know what? Yeah, fine. What's the big deal? Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Asshole!
Hello, Phantom Bane. I've been waiting for you.
Oh no. Don't tell me the last ghost is fucking Gygus. Seriously?
I don't appreciate your tone. I'll have you know that I am considered rather terrifying by a lot of people.
Look, pal, you must have missed the memos. Creepypastas stopped being scary 5 years ago.
Perhaps if you were to know the potential consequences of your error, you wouldn't be acting like an insolent little fucker.
What's gonna happen? Is Tiny Tim gonna die?
Tiny Tim died in 1996. He had a heart attack on stage, and the last thing he heard was the applause of his fans. It was actually really sweet.
Yeah, that's true. Can't argue with that. What does that have to do... My fucking god. Literally, what does any of this have to do with Christmas, and why does it involve me?
I can't tell you that, but I can show you. Take a look at your YouTube channel.
$1,240. But it said 44 yesterday. Oh my god. Oh shit.
Is it starting to make sense to you now?
But that's fucking crazy. No one would unsubscribe just because I didn't make a Christmas video. Right?
This is the way it is. This is your
No,
fate.
fuck this. You're the ghost of the future. You gotta fix this shit.
I have no control over the future. The only one who can rectify this situation is you. And you'll never figure it out with that attitude.
Just tell me what I have to do.
Last year, I stupidly blew through a whole bunch of Christmas-themed hacks thinking that a bunch of new ones would be made every year. I was wrong, and that's why you should never assume things. But there was one hack that I missed last Christmas, and that's Scrooge 64. You know, I have to wonder what Ebenezer Scrooge himself would have been like if the N64 existed back in his day. Just playing fucking Mario Kart with Tiny Tim? That would be the sweetest thing in the world. This hack consists of 3 worlds, each with a Bowser battle at the end. Mario must search high and low for the true meaning of Christmas. The first world is intended to represent Christmas past, so naturally it features level designs that are very reminiscent of classic 2D Mario games, all of the best ones, except for Super Mario Bros. 2. What the fuck? The level has a couple of tricky jump sequences, but it's nothing a professional video gamer like me can't handle. Because, after all, I am a professional video gamer. I play Melee because I'm better than you. After you get through there, you make it to Christmas Present, which is just Bowser in the sky, except with a shitload of extra hazards. That pretty much sums up the current state of the world, I guess. Future historians will look back at 2018 and go, "Oh yes, I say, it was quite reminiscent of that Mario game that came out in '96, indeed it is." If I were to describe this, I'd say it's like an extremely light Kaizo level. Most of the difficulty comes from the placement of the red coins, however, like this one. And sometimes the frame rate fucks up, and that's annoying. Still, doable. The third and final level bears a striking resemblance to something you might see in Super Mario Galaxy, though I can't confirm off the top of my head that it was taken directly from there. Still, it's a new level, and it's a particularly dramatic setting. There's still a couple of asshole red coins, without which no ROM hack is truly complete. At the end, you fight the final Bowser, and he gives you a deep, heartfelt monologue about the true meaning of Christmas, which I'd prefer not to spoil for anyone. I mean, I'm sure everyone is dying to know what Bowser's take on Christmas is, but I think you gotta earn that shit. After the battle, Mario finds all his friends surrounding a Christmas tree with a power star on top, and they're all filled with joy. It's a Christmas miracle, and everyone is happy. And there it is then. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Well, if this experience has taught me anything, it's that Christmas can be a very stressful time for a lot of people. There's a lot of stuff going on, some of it nice, some of it not so nice. There's a lot of frustration and confusion. And it's in these times that we need to remember what's most important. Family, friends, but most importantly, ROM hacks. And that is the most important part. And that is what Christmas is all about. ROM hacks. All the other stuff, that's just superfluous. Bye, guys.